caught my girlfriend cheating on a spy camera. Advice needed. Hello, fellow Redditors. Let's begin at the beginning. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 7 years and lived together for 3 years now. We both work hard, and my girlfriend's in her second year of her PhD. The past few months, I noticed some changes in her behavior. She comes home late, a lot, blaming her deadlines, and her libido went from high to almost non-existent. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought she was stressed from her PhD and a little overworked. Until a month ago. My boss asked me to start up a project in England. We live in the Netherlands. It would take about 4 to 6 months. In the past, when I had projects abroad, my girlfriend would always be opposed to me going, not wanting to miss me for that long. This time, however, she kinda encouraged me to go, saying it was a good experience. When I asked her about the sudden change of attitude towards me working abroad, she said it's because she's older and thinks differently about it now. So I accepted to work there, but somehow my gut feeling was telling me something was off. So I know it's wrong, but just to be sure, I grabbed her phone during a shower to look if I could find anything suspicious. Luckily I couldn't, so I let it go. Then I somehow stumbled on an ad on the internet about a secret spy camera. Against all my principles, I decided to buy one, disguised as a smoke detector, and replaced it for the old one in our bedroom. It looked almost the same, and she didn't notice the change. It has an IP camera, and I can see live footage remotely and can even get a notification on my phone when there is motion. A little over a week ago, I went to England for my project. And here's the bad part. Last Saturday in the early evening, I got a notification from the motion sensor of the camera. I opened the app and there it was. Her and a guy kissing on our bed. It quickly escalated to foreplay and sex. Somehow I managed to watch the whole thing. I felt 1,000 emotions at once. I felt mad and sad. Now I don't know what to do. If I confront her, I have to confess about the camera, and she's never going to forgive me for that. However, her lies are so hurtful to me. On the other hand, I really don't want to lose her, and in some way I understand that she's tempted to experiment with other guys, because I was her first 7 years ago, and before I knew this, I thought I was her only. Please, I would like to hear advice for this because I really don't know what to do. The guy's been sleeping in my bed with my girl every night since Saturday. P.S. Excuse my English, it's not my native language. Okay, let's continue. There's a side note here. I see a lot of you call me pathetic for not even considering to forgive her. No. I see a lot of you call me pathetic for even considering to forgive her, and me being afraid to lose her. Let me elaborate a few things. We've been together 7 years. She's the first girl I ever dated that I didn't get bored of in a few months. Actually, up until this point, I still had some feelings for her, the same feelings for her as I did in the beginning. For those 7 years, she supported me in many ways, especially when I lost my father and got chronically ill 5 years ago. Also, she's really hot. Like way out of my league hot. And don't forget, we built a life together for 7 years. With 7 years of shared memories and building our lives around the plan of being together forever. I know how bad this is, and I'm definitely going to confront her today, but please understand my doubts of dumping her. I'm doubting if dumping her is the best way forward. Update. And I'm not interested in the update. This post is enough. So yeah, 7 years. 7 years is common when a bad relationship goes from bad to worse, from okay to decent to bad to worse. 7 years seems to be a magic number. And it's not 7 years down the drain. It's a learning lesson if you take it as one. Because this is over. This is done. And the sooner you move on from it, the better. Because when somebody cheats on you full on, and nobody ever gets this kind of clarity. I mean, sometimes it happens, but for you to know for sure that she cheated on you, it is a blessing because you don't have to wonder. And this is your sign to leave and to move forward and to put this whole thing behind you and learn from it. No, you should not be staying. Let's check some comments here. She'll never forgive you for suspecting infidelity. Getting a camera and finding out your bedroom has a revolving door while you're away. What's wrong with you? Send her the video, get a lawyer to sort out the house, and dump her expletives. Now, yeah. There's nothing really to forgive here because it's the lesser of the two evils. If it had been where she wasn't cheating and you did this, then yeah, it's bad, but it's not an offense to where it destroys the relationship. And obviously you had reason to suspect her of cheating. Otherwise you wouldn't have done it. It's not ideal, but when something like that actually comes out, it's like, it shouldn't even be in your mind of regretting that you actually did that or judging yourself, because it's over. The situation is over. And the further you put it behind you, just day after day after day, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and eventually the pain, the wound heals. As difficult as it may be for you to believe, it does. Time really is the healer of all, as long as you don't implode. As long as you can physically move on. The only way you can prove that you're moving on is to not talk about it. It's the only way to prove it. It is the only way to actually prove that you're moving on. So I'll go ahead and do another comment here. This post is something else for sure. Let's do this one. Hey man, first of all, it's a bummer it happened to you. If you're okay with your girl screwing other guys, then stay, but I don't recommend. The best and only way is to actually break up with her and leave when you're back. Yeah, another thing here is that if you're in a relationship where you're leaving 4 to 6 months, unless you're in the military, and which even right now, there's really no reason to be in the military. There's no major wars where anything honorable really seems to be happening, which not necessarily true. You join the military, you do your little deployment, and it's always helpful for sure. I'm not going to get political, but you're kind of doomed from Jump Street unless you're in the military and you're on a tour. There's no reason to be separated from your partner that long. It's just another sign that life isn't necessarily pulling you together in the relationship. Life seems to be pulling you apart in the relationship. So, yeah, this is a clean getaway. There's no divorce, and even if there was, you cut your losses and you move forward. Man, everybody's on this whole take them for what you can get thing. It just drags it further, drags it on, and just makes it worse, honestly. Just move on, cut your losses, learn from it. Don't jump into any relationships. Chill. And the fact that you're even considering staying shows that you are one damaged dude. You need to chill. For real. Horrible. And the fact that you feel bad for the camera after witnessing the person that you're with engaging in sexual relations with another dude just shows that the amount of healing and the amount of suffering you're going to have to endure to get to the other side, while it will be worth it, it will be immensely painful, because this relationship has pushed you beyond the boundaries of a normal, sane human being. So to heal and become a sane human being again, if you ever were one, which you were one at one point, I'm sure, is going to be a process in and of itself. Let's do one more comment. Yeah. We're getting close to 12 minutes here. She's going to split with you either way once she gets her PhD. This is a comment. She's going to split either way once she gets her PhD. It happens pretty regularly that the spouse is dropped the second they're no longer needed. So yeah, you may as well leave. Yeah, women today aren't wasting as much time as they were in the past on relationships that they're not interested in. So, which is why it's nice if the relationship isn't going to work out anyway. It's so much better for them to cheat on you and give you the perfect reason to split. Because for me, it's really the only actual reason to split in a relationship. You've made a commitment to a person. As a man, your word is your bond. You don't need to be standing on an altar for your word to actually mean something. When you're exclusive with somebody, it is what it is. But when they break that by cheating on you, it gives you the perfect reason to end what should have never been in the first place. This relationship should never have been. So the sooner you can move past it, the better off you'll be.